my lovelies. So tonight is not about dinner. We're having Sonic. Sorry, I started without you. But I wouldn't have filmed tonight, except I got a box while I was eating dinner, and I'm super excited about it. So last weekend, I filmed a video about being concerned about my upcoming hip surgery, which I still am. Burger, smash burger from Sonic with bacon and cheese, and I added pickles. And then my special sauce. So my sauce is stone ground Dijon mustard, horseradish, and mayonnaise. I know I showed it in another video and I didn't tell what it was because I kept messing up and saying stone ground red pepper or crushed red pepper, which it is not. It's stone ground mustard. Okay. So, the hip. Super concerned because I've watched some videos of the surgery. I'm not squeamish, I'm a nurse. I love that crap. But I am concerned about my recovery afterwards. And eating garbage like this probably isn't going to help me, but tonight I dozed off after I got home from work, so I'll probably be up until the crack of dawn. And now it's kind of late. So if I would have cooked, it would be even later. And I always get like the second wind after I eat, so I'm kind of screwing myself up right now. But I was hungry and I didn't want to not eat. So, my dogs, whenever I'm eating, I don't allow them in the kitchen when I'm cooking. So they lay in the kitchen doorway and look at me like they're starving. Then when I get to the table and I sit down and eat, they go lay in their kennels. Now, I never shut or lock their kennels when I'm home, right? Like, what would be the point? They're dogs. They're going to do dog things. They're going to bark. They're going to run around. And they're 3 and 6, so they're not tiny. You know, they're not babies. They're not puppies. They're well trained. They're very good dogs. I have Australian Shepherds. I know I've mentioned that before. But they lay in their kennel and look at me. So every time you hear a clunk clunk or whatever, it's the bottom of their kennel kind of adjusting as they position themselves to stare holes through my face while I eat my dinner. But they're really good, so they don't come underfoot. They don't go lay under the table. They don't do any of that. I always thought it was important to train them well. In case, you know, the grandkids are over here. I don't want them snatching food. And I don't want them begging for food. And I don't want them laying under the table and just eating anything that gets dropped, because some things dogs can't have, right? Okay, so this step is what came in the mail. So I was so concerned about the surgery, and Broncos are big, big vehicles. Like, it's so high, even when my hip is good. I'm like having to really like get my hip up in there, and then it's too high. My foot comes off the ground before I'm in the vehicle. Like, it comes off the ground as I get my one hip in, so then I have no way to push myself the rest of the way in there. So I've been pulling myself in with my steering wheel. So today, I got 2 steps. Actually, I got 2 sets of them. So there's 2 in this box, and then the bolts to put them on. But they attach to the rock rail that runs down the side of the Bronco between the front tires and the back tires. And I am one of those people that made my order before March 15th of 2021. So I'm one of the 160,000 people that ordered the Ford Bronco when it first came back into production. But I got a 2022 because they didn't start building my vehicle until October of that year. As a matter of fact, the build started the day of my birthday. They finished building my Bronco on Christmas Eve. So I thought that was really cool. Because they send you updates once they've started your build. I had to go back in and make some changes to my original Bronco. I had ordered it with the hard top, but in the beginning they were having issues with their hard tops, so I switched that to a soft top. And then because they weren't starting production on mine until the 2022 model year, I had to change the color that I wanted because the color that I wanted had been discontinued from the 2021 models. So it made me very sad. But I did have the 8th Bronco in my state that went through the dealership, so that was really cool. And back then, dealers couldn't get them. It had to be ordered by a customer and be delivered to the dealership. So anyway, so I got 2 sets of these, but I'm only going to put on 1 set. I think I'll put on a set now and start getting used to it. Plus, then that way I'll save my steering wheel because, like I said, I've been kind of pulling myself in with that steering wheel for 4 years. Because I got it January of 2022, and we are a month out from January. So I'm so excited. This big iron thing right here is going to save me because one of the longest things, back to the hip surgery, I know I'm on a tangent again, but one of the longest things that keeps you out of work is them not releasing you to drive, especially when it's your right hip, because that's the one that's on the inside. It's the one that controls the pedals. And just getting that right leg into the Bronco after the surgery, like with it being such a high vehicle, getting into any vehicle is going to be difficult. But with mine being so far off the ground, I got the step. And what I'm going to do is step up with the left leg, bring the right leg around, swing into my driver's side, and then I'll be good to go. So I'm so excited. I may even video putting these on the Bronco. And like I said, they just attach to the rock rail, and then you've got your big steel bumper to hold your big fat booty weight. And I know that, I've wanted to get a step the whole time because, like I said, I'm sure you're not supposed to pull yourself into your car. You're 100 and some odd pounds. Let's say 150. Your 150-pound body across the seat with your steering wheel over and over and over again. So it has taken that beating for 4 years. It is time that I stopped doing that to it. And then, of course, it has things here to make it to where it does not slide while you're getting it into place. And I will measure it out because, like I said, I have 4 of them. I'm going to put it on the rock rail. Oh my gosh, say that 10 times fast. Rock rail. I'm going to put it on the rock rail, and I'm going to move it to see where it's the best for me to step up to get into the Bronco, because I do also have the handles that I've put on the inside frame. So yeah, we'll see how that works. I'm super excited. You have no idea how excited I am, because this means that on day 11, like how everybody is telling me, oh, you better not plan on going back to work when you do. Oh, it's going to take you longer. First of all, I don't take narcotics. That's one of the big reasons they don't dismiss people yet, is because they don't want you driving when you're all hopped up on narcotics, right? And a lot of people are new to pain medications when they get hip surgery, but I can't take narcotics. So it only makes sense that that's not going to slow me down being released to go back to work. We'll see. If they're telling me, oh no, I can't, I won't. But, none of these are the physicians. These are just people that, oh, I knew a guy that. Okay, you knew a guy. Suck it. I'm going back to work on day 12 after my surgery. So, we'll see. Now, will I regret it? Perhaps. Is that my decision to make? 100%. Well, mine are my surgeons. All right. I'm super excited. See, it took a hip surgery for me to break down and spend the money to buy the rails, or to buy the steps. They're not cheap. They're expensive. And I got 2 sets because in the back seats, my grandkids are always trying to climb in. And they're crawling up on the floorboard and then getting up onto the seat. Yeah. I'm so excited. This is increased mobility. Even for now, even for the 6 weeks that I have left before my surgery, this will get me in and out of the car a lot easier. I physically have to lift my right leg up to the floorboard and then grab on and try to pull myself in. The seat comes to about here on me when I'm standing outside the vehicle, the top of the seat. So I have to stand on my tiptoes and get that right leg in, like tilt my hip, whatever. So this will get me up inside the vehicle without having to maneuver and schlep my whole weight up in there and wreck my steering wheel. And I will be damned if I'm getting rid of my car. One, I'm still paying for it, but 2, like, I did order it. I love this vehicle. There's nothing about the Bronco that I'm disappointed with. Like, it makes me happy. One day I will show you my Bronco, but I love it. I absolutely love it. I could not be happier with a vehicle that I'm paying way too much money for and takes way too much gas. But when I camp, when I go on trips with the dogs, it sleeps all of us very comfortably. As a matter of fact, a queen-sized blow-up mattress fits in the back of it when I put the back seats down. I have a sling in it. I don't know if you can tell in my videos, there's something that goes between the 2 front seats. That's a sling so that when the dogs get in there, they don't slide off the back seat onto the floor. It attaches to the front headrest and the back headrest, and it makes a sling. So they have that whole area back there to lay down without me having to put the seats down. So anyway, that's all I've got for you guys tonight, and I thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your time. I'm super excited about this. I am going to do a video of me putting them on. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Like, subscribe, hit that like button, pound that subscribe button, join my little community, be my friend, come along for my TED Talks. These are not TED Talks by any means, but who knows? We all may learn a thing or two from one another. So again, thank you. And I will catch you guys the next time.